All right, you've reached the Corner Office Chronicles podcast. My name is Byron Benton. I am your host. I have a special guest today. His name is Mina Sammy, and he's doing great things. Once an engineer, well, still an engineer, but he's took his fate into his own hands and he started a business. Can you please introduce yourself, sir?
Hi everyone. Hi Byron. It's very nice to be here and to be on your show. Uh, yeah, I'm Mina. I'm originally from Egypt. I've been in the software industry for over than 15 years now. Uh, um, I worked in a lot of company. I specialize in web development, building web systems or web applications. Uh, I've been living in the Netherlands for 11 years now. Uh, Started recently, 3 years ago, actually run my own consultants, so to speak, business. I'm starting small, it's just a single uh, person entity. That's me. Uh, uh, Go to several clients, finish the job there, a project, share my expertise, share my vision, my know-how with those clients and then get the job done and switch to another client. So that's basically me and what I do in a nutshell for the past 3 years.
Okay. So you were originally engineer. What made you take that leap from working for someone to doing your own thing?
Well, after being in the software industries over then, I don't know, 12 years, I thought, okay, I need to do something for myself. I need to invest in myself in a different way. Don't get me wrong. I loved working for companies and exposed to uh, the industry or the business in a different way. And when I say different way, I mean as an employee who gets in the club of the bigger picture of a company, of as an employee, share the core values of a company as well, uh, be a part of a team, uh, deliver mission critical values or business values that helps the company grow and go for the next steps. But as an ambitious person, as myself, I like to do something extra, and I always strived for doing so. Um, and taking and back then, I only had two choices: either to leap for career growth inside the company, like move to be a lead or a people manager, or start something on my own. And I had my share during the corona. I got laid off. I faced a couple of department restructure, but I also laid off, or my contract did not continue. Sorry,
Bless
excuse me. And and this is where it all hit me that okay, maybe I need to do something. I need to do things differently, and this is why what I saw some colleagues do as jumping into a freelance world, and they bring on their own expertise. I worked with some of them in while I worked on a full-time role inside my companies previously, and I like what they do. They come in, deliver something with high value, and then either they continue in the next project within the same company or jump on to another project with different company. And I saw myself there, and I really liked it. So that's why I switched my mindset a little bit towards freelancing or consultancy.
Okay. Well, I definitely agree with you there. I've had a chance to meet with you a time or two, and you're definitely very ambitious. And I think that that goes into what a great entrepreneur is. So I definitely will agree with you there. What do you like most about being an entrepreneur?
Um, Entrepreneur is a very vague and broad word, in my opinion. I mean, being an entrepreneur, some people link it with that you can uh, fastly develop an idea, uh, excel at it, either sell it or continue growing it and open a second idea and or jump to the next idea after it's a success. Uh, for me, it's maybe it's not like this. For me, it's more like I love working on a product. I love the product development cycle. So for me myself, I really like finding this idea, working on a product, making it grow. And if I clicked with this product, you can see me in a meeting developing a product vision for 5 or 10 years. Become an idea machine. Let's say it like this. Um, and for me, um coming back to your question was, why did I go entrepreneur, right?
Yes, yes. Well, what do you like most about being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, what did I like most about entrepreneur? Is that I have the freedom
Mhm.
to choose what I want to do next.
Okay, okay.
Of course, this is market subjective,
Mhm.
meaning that based on the offer and demand in the market or the surroundings that I'm placed in. But you get a closer look on how people run their own business as well.
I agree.
So I was privileged that I have been placed in different verticals of businesses,
Mhm.
like hiring camping spaces, streaming services, uh, web hosting services. And some of those domains were totally new to me.
Mhm.
And some of them I already shared some experience in. But in the end, everyone solved their own problem in a different way, even if the problem is the same. And that is because is different. Is one size does not fit all, basically, in
I
the
agree.
tech world. And so that's one. The exposure of different business verticals is something that I really loved and I really strive for. You're not narrow-minded into one single business domain.
Mhm.
You have a wide range of knowledge and you get wide range of knowledge and experience with other people and different minds. You see outside yourself more.
Okay.
And
Hey,
and 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 that was the main thing for me.
okay. All right. All right. Very good reason. Those definitely things you like about being an entrepreneur. You touched on something a little while ago, and I wanted to ask a question. What is the software process to you? You say you love developing software. Do you usually come up with the idea? Do you get it from product managers? What's the process of creating a product?
But the process,
Yes.
what's the
Is
process
it,
of a
yeah.
product cycle, you mean?
Yes. Is it how do you come up with the product? Does the idea come from somewhere else and then you kind of flesh it out, or a lot of meetings involved with it, or is it just something that comes up just out of thin air? How do you what's the software process? How does it usually go? Development.
In my opinion, everyone has his own process. I worked in different startups, I worked in different companies, and each one of them, when they start working on a new feature or a new product within this company, they start off differently. And but the bottom line there is that you need to come up with a mock-up first. You need to come up with something to validate your idea on, and with a little bit also of user research and market study. And what I mean is that uh, you need to know your users what is the problem you're trying to solve,
I agree.
because this is determines how are you going to build your product and design it.
Mm-hmm.
You also need idea validation. You need to because let's say that you came up with an idea, you start solving it, but is it you need to ask yourself a question: is it from your own perspective, or is it from the user or the consumer perspective? Because you're not building it for yourself, you're building it for other people to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And these users or those other people need to validate that you're building the right thing for them. If you're solving a problem for a people, they are the ones that say that, hey, your solution solves my problem.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up.
I agree. Definitely agree there. Bless you.
Sorry. Um, and for this to be channeled or funneled into a product building process, sorry
Bless you.
again. Um, as I mentioned, the first things you need to wireframe it or mock it up in a whiteboard, Figma, whatever tool you use.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing is that you need to somehow share it with a sample of users,
Mm-hmm.
like via demo or research or uh, type form, data gathering schema, whatever you find best to reach out to your users.
Okay.
And then you start working on your MVP, your first iteration, the basic thing, the basic
Okay.
thing that you need to deliver to the user to solve the problem. And from there, you start working on the feedback cycle and iterating that.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Bless you. All right.
Thank you. A good example in this, if I may mention it, is
Yes.
the ADP platform, the mentorship platform.
Yeah.
ADP when they started off, they didn't have the complete platform as it is right now. I have been on this platform for more over than a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first joined, it didn't look as is right now.
Mm-hmm.
It had some bugs. It had less features. Uh, the interaction between the mentors and the mentees a little bit different. And they iterated. They gathered feedback. They did release cycles. They listened to the users and they implemented this feedback according to their product vision as well.
And improved over time instead of at one
Of
time,
course, yeah, yeah,
over time. So
yeah,
this thing is always developing. And what I find with most applications, it may start here. Let's say the Apple phone, it has an update, and then it has another update, and it continues to try to get better and better.
exactly, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So let me ask you, um, what got you into technology? Did you start at maybe help desk, or did you learn from trial and error? Did you have mentors? How did you come this far in technology to the point where you can actually develop software?
No, I graduated from university.
Okay.
I got my bachelor in computer science.
Mhm.
I always loved computers as any kid back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and my love for computers started when I started to know how to solve things
Hmm.
when I was in high school and before that. I didn't know how to program back then. I only learned how to program since I joined the university.
Okay.
I, but I was always good with computers, building up computer hardware for my friends, and I worked in a computer facility or a store where I can build up components of the hardware of the PC and configure it for the users or customers to be delivered. So I had this thing for computers since the beginning, but I learned everything in the university. And after that, I was self-taught uh, about new technologies, trying and error. Uh, and I was somehow lucky with all the leadership that I worked with. That
Okay.
most of my career, I had good, uh, yeah, I would call it leadership, not mentor by definition, but leadership that can help you or give you the opportunity to learn and to grow.
Okay. Okay. What are some of the let's say some of the biggest challenges when it comes to software development? Is it learning new technology? Is it sticking with the same technology too long? Is it what are some of the challenges that software developers may, you know, come
Uh,
across?
in my experience, is it's a factor of everything. Meaning is software development has a lot of verticals
Mhm.
like front end development and back end development, uh, DevOps. So those are the three main verticals, and under each main vertical, you find a lot of branches. So let's say it like this, and I'm a backend specialized in backend development,
Mhm.
but I also know in front end and DevOps a little bit. But my main knowledge or my main specialty is backend development and backend technology.
There's been a term
And
called a full stack, back end.
a full stack is a guy that knows in each vertical, but a full stack engineer does not know it all. He can do. I can call myself full stack because I know a bit in every vertical, but I specialize in backend.
Okay.
Nowadays, you got recruiters saying that I have a company A that is looking for a full stack engineer, and this role is leaning more towards front end.
Okay.
So that means that they need a full stack, but the role is mainly focused on front end development.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. That makes sense. We all have to have a
Yeah,
special. We all have to have a specialty. We all do. Okay.
yeah, exactly. And coming back to the challenges that can face a developer. So first, you need to find your vertical, your main vertical.
Mhm.
Will it be front end? Will it be back end? Will it be DevOps? Because DevOps is not really tied to 100% software development. It's more on the operational side,
Mhm.
like setting up pipelines, setting up production environment, maintaining that security, etc.
Mhm.
So that's the first challenge. The second challenge is which branch are you going to focus in each vertical? So let's give an example. Backend development has a lot of languages.
Mhm.
Uh,
What are some of the main
y-
what are some of the main uh programming languages for the back end, and what are some of the main ones for the front end?
Front end is mainly TypeScript, but you have a lot of frameworks. You have Vue.js, you have Angular, you have React. There are the main frameworks to work with as a front end developer.
Okay.
You need mostly to know them, but you can also specialize in one of them,
Okay.
but also not get outdated in the rest
Oh,
because those frameworks or technologies gets updated fast.
yeah.
And
Real
this
quick.
this and this and that's one of the problems. Second is in the backend vertical. You have a lot of backend technology. You have nowadays Go, you have Python, you have .NET technologies, Java, uh, yeah, and PHP, and you need to PHP is an open source community, and also Node.js. So that's cross-referencing or intersecting with front end because you write JavaScript for both backend and front end. So this is one of the challenges. You need to find where do you see yourself based on the market needs. also part of it is the software engineer personality. You need to be agile. You need to know how to be self-taught.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know how to understand and know your language.
Mm-hmm.
Know because they are all in the end just like your handyman tools.
Mm-hmm.
You see a problem and you know what wrench do you need or what screwdriver, what size you need to use to solve this problem. It is the best to choose Python or Go or Ruby on Rails or whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
You also need to not be perfectionist. A lot of software developers are perfectionists. By that's part of the personality and perfectionist is anti-productive, can be very anti-productive.
Okay.
You need to, because they are always aiming to perfect the solution. It takes time to get it done.
Yeah.
And I was like this uh, 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still trying to to lose this trait, but I've gone so far for it, so now I'm better at it.
Okay. So for a software engineer, let me ask you, is it more exciting for legacy systems, meaning platforms that are already there and you work to improve it, or more innovative ideas with where new software that hasn't been created yet? I know there's maybe a different process for each one, but which one do you think engineers prefer? And that may be different for each engineer, but you think more working on platforms that's already there and making it better, or just coming up with these uh, new software, this new software that's out of the blue? Which one is more about
Sorry,
innovation?
yeah, or
Is it more about innovation with new products, or is it about more about building what's already there? Which one do you think most engineers prefer?
uh, I can't answer for everyone.
Hmm.
That's a difficult question. Uh, but working, let's say it like this. Let me refine your question.
All right.
Uh, uh, as much experience as you get as a software engineer,
Mhm.
you're able to solve whatever problem comes on your plate.
Yeah.
So if you're experienced enough and you are being placed in a team that's facing legacy code or a very old system 10 or 20 years ago, you are able to put a plan to rewrite it or to refactor it or to improve it without costing the company a lot of time and resources
Hmm.
because this is a very slippery slope. Sorry.
Slippery slope.
Yeah, and by that I mean that a company needs to get money in. So you cannot tell them, hey, we're not going to work on new features unless we rewrite your whole system. That does not gonna work, and they will not approve your plan at any cost. So you need to come up with something, with a solid plan for them that, hey, we're going to allocate 10% of our time to refactoring and 90% or 20% of our time to uh, improving the system and 80% to delivering new features. And
Hmm.
we're going to put solid plan for it so that it can be a win-win situation and business stakeholders can think of it as, okay, you're working with us, you're not working against us.
Yeah.
And that's really important in a very experienced software engineers.
Hmm. I agree. I agree.
Uh, yeah, so that's me rephrasing your question, is that people or software engineers prefer to work on something new or something old. It it's not black and white,
Mm-hmm.
because you cannot work on something new every day.
Mm-hmm. I got you. I got you. You made my question sound good. You made me sound like a professional host. Thank you for redefining my particular question. What do you think the role, with some organizations, sometimes the engineer and the product management team, I'm not gonna say kind of step on each other's toes, but sometimes people might not know by definition what, usually the product managers come up with the what and the you know what's going to be done, and then developers usually come with the how we're going to do it. What do you think of that relationship with the product management team? Because they do kind of like fit in like this.
Um, every company has their own definition of a product manager
Mm-hmm.
or a product lead.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is that the product manager is someone that has a product vision, meaning is that they are responsible for a set of features within this product. Let's take a simple example. Uh, I'll continue referring to ADP list. ADP list has a lot of verticals. You have the profile of a user, you have the calendar and booking vertical, like booking management or calendar management, and you have, I don't know, what else? The Explore. You have a set of features. I would say that there is a very high level product manager that have the full vision of the product, and he knows, collaborating with the C-level executives, where do they want to grow with the product.
Mm-hmm.
Agree?
I agree.
But one level down, there should be a product manager,
Mm-hmm.
or a product,
Owner.
call it what you want, a product owner, whatever, that is responsible for a set of features, and their collective ideas together build up the roadmap that the product manager puts along with the C levels.
Mm-hmm.
It's a collaborative effort, and engineers work with those, uh, because if you work, for example, in a company that sells uh, servers, let's say it like this, a product manager there might the role there might be different, meaning that they have to be aware of the competition,
Yeah.
what prices they are up against, what hardware models are they against. Because yeah, I'm selling A and B, my competition is selling B and C, so we intersect in one brand, and the prices can be different. Maybe I am higher. I need to know why I'm higher, why he's selling it cheaper. What are the difference? What is the different in the hardware specs, etc. And there, a product manager role is different. But if you're not selling a product, or a complete SaaS platform like ADP List, for example, then a product manager role is different.
Mm-hmm.
He lay out the product vision to the product owners, for example.
Mm-hmm.
It, it's it's how the company decides to structure itself from the inside.
I agree. I agree. Uh, Sometimes product analysis, actually, I've seen them do the product owner role. I've seen the product owner take the product manager role. I've seen organizations not have a product manager at all, to just have a product owner. I've seen organizations have a product owner and not a product manager. So I definitely agree with you there. Every company is kind of set up, you know, to its individual.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they always fight, right?
everyone wants to be right, and everyone thinks that everybody's mastered their craft. I think it's a slippery slope, as you say. The two kind of go together just like this. They
Yeah.
both need. What do you think about technology? We mentioned that it's always moving, it's always in improving. How do you stay on top of how an engineer stay on top of it? I work with organizations, and we may have something like Udemy Business, and that's good for kind of refreshing and through taking these particular courses. I found that we were able to get things done faster in sprints and increase the efficiency of sprints as well. What do you think about staying on top of technology? And it's always changing. Are we gonna get to the point where technology actually? Will we ever get to the point where technology actually hurts instead of help?
Technology doesn't hurt. It doesn't
Yeah,
bite. No
yeah.
worries.
It doesn't bite.
Yeah, but it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
If you're not up to date, then you become obsolete,
Hmm.
and it doesn't hurt that you know what is going around. I mean, we wake up in the morning, we follow news, we follow some politics, we follow some ports. It's the same in technology. You can
Hmm.
find those feeds on Reddit, on LinkedIn, and a lot of forums, threads, discussions. Um, for me, I try to follow up as much as I can. I
Hmm.
mean, you cannot follow every technology in every aspect, in every vertical, in every specialization. For example, as I mentioned, I'm a full stack developer with a full focus on back end development, but I also know front end and a little bit of DevOps.
Okay.
So my main focus to get knowledge is more on the back end side. So I know where to find my knowledge by nature. It grow with me organically where to find my sources. Uh, and it's mainly LinkedIn, YouTube as well. I like to hear a lot of talks. A lot of the software engineer conferences put their talks online on YouTube on their
Hmm.
dedicated channels. That's something that I really like because sometimes you cannot attend the conference or
Yeah.
in person, or you don't have the money or the budget to get those tickets because you cannot pay for all the tickets for all the conferences, in one.
Yeah,
It will
no.
be, yeah. So
That's one of the best things.
yeah, YouTube is something really good. And what I like about YouTube as well is that, let's say that I'm facing a problem in a system design or on a or architecturing one of the backend system for a client. I start searching for solutions on YouTube and Google, of course. Um, and the funny thing is, on YouTube, you get different perspectives on the same solution.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, on the same problem.
Hmm.
So you got, for example, Byron and Mina talking about the same problem, but everyone or each from his own perspective, and you get more insights about the problem, you get more insights about different technologies because Byron can use technology A, Mina can use technology B, and that's the awesomeness of the internet.
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
and
think so.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
so.
and one of the main things right now is ChatGPT.
Yeah.
If you ChatGPT is powerful, is as much powerful as you are. Meaning, if someone with this knowledge or knows how to be prompted with ChatGPT is on this level, he will get this level from him. But if
Hmm.
someone with this knowledge uh, and talks to ChatGPT, he will get this amount of knowledge from ChatGPT.
I
So
got
it yeah it it amplifies, but it amplifies based on the person.
it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I have we have 3 minutes for it cuts off automatically. I'll try to fit two more questions in. Number one, being a software developer, do you sit at home developing all types of software? I'm pretty sure your computer the hard drive, you have all these different type products right now. Is it you like you create a lot of your own individual projects or products?
I currently is my main focus is to find my next client to consult.
Mhm.
I am cooking some idea in the background. Also try to reach out to clients where I can help them build up like small systems, small websites out there. Then let's say that Byron needs a website for his own clients for exposure, then I can help him. Maybe someone needs a public website with a small back office. This is
Mhm.
where I can do and consult.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm trying.
Okay. Okay. Well, no, you're doing a good job. You're doing more than trying. You're actually doing it, and I love that. You're making a lot of progress, and that's one of the reasons I reached out to you. I think
Baby
you're
step at a time.
yeah. I think you're great, and you're doing great things, and you're very knowledgeable. So I want to thank you very much for speaking with me today on camera. You're natural. You don't look shy or anything. So you fit right in.
Yeah,
We have 1 minute left before it cuts
yeah.
off automatically. And before it does, tell the people how can they contact you? How can we get in touch with you if we want to?
First of all, I would like to thank you for hosting me.
Yeah.
It was really a pleasure. I got to know you on IDP list, and it was really a pleasure to meet you and talk to you about different aspects of technology. People can reach me on LinkedIn mainly.
Mhm.